'cause I don't know why we all couldn't just let it be. We're looking for answers I don't wanna see. Then why does it have to be me?
Welcome to It's Talkie, where I talk about Roomies. And also, Scanner's here to talk about Roomies. For the last time ever, say hi, Scanner.
Hi, Scanner. Oh my god, this is it. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. We're never going to see these characters again. We're never going to see any of these people again. It's all over.
I miss them so much.
We won't see these people for the next, 20 years going forward.
Just as I'd grown to love them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sure is something. This ending.
We'll get to this when we talk about the comic, but this ending does just sort of like happen, in a way that it feels like the author going, I want to be fucking over with this. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Before we get to that, hey, what's in the movies? Let's see what the movies are for this week. Number 1, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Back when M. Night Shyamalan made good movies, and people will tell you he makes good movies now, but
yeah, well, it's also back before we got really we knew what his bit was.
Yeah.
And
sorry,
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. If people don't know that The Sixth Sense has a twist, I would stop this podcast and go watch The Sixth Sense. But I'd be surprised if that's any percentage of the audience. But yeah, famously, this movie has a twist. And then that became Shyamalan's thing for a while. But then he stopped doing twists and started just making movies that bad outright, and that became his.
Yeah, for our 0 Gen Z listeners who are listening to this podcast about a 27-year-old webcomic, stop right now and watch The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. I can't believe there wasn't a Sixth Sense reference in the comic. Because people reference that all the time when it came out.
All the time. Something people don't reference is Bowfinger number 2.
What the fuck is Bowfinger? I don't know. I'm looking.
If you can look at it, it's not going to help you.
I'm looking at it, and I can tell it's a comedy because it's the actors standing on a white background, and the title of the movie is in big red all caps. So it's a comedy movie. I know that much.
Yeah, it's just the Steve Martin and what's his name?
Eddie Murphy.
Steve Martin tries to convince someone who's way better than him to be in his movie. Mm-hmm. And that's the joke.
I see.
That's it. That's all there is.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly not fondly remembered, I guess.
Yeah. Also, Runaway Bride, number 3. It's romantic comedy. Not one of the good ones either.
No, it's not. I'm looking at the list. The Mystery Men is on here. That's a classic.
Yeah, Mystery Men. Yay, Mystery Men.
Mystery Men, the movie that the Smash Mouth song was written for.
Yes. Thank you, Mystery Men, for giving us Smash Mouth.
Scar is fucking back, baby. Scar will never die.
Look, Scar's come back more times than Rock has.
That's true. And yeah, still in the top 10, Phantom Menace.
Yep.
And just outside the top 10 at number 11, The Matrix. Still doing well.
Hey, The Mummy's still here too.
Yeah.
All the way at number 13.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It deserves to be 13.
Just barely holding on. But it's a good movie. I sure hope nothing happens to the lead actor.
Yeah, same.
But now that we have seen the motion pictures, what about the wiggly lines, also known as music?
The kind of thing you're listening to right now.
Yeah. Well, I know. I hope that... Are they listening to music while they listen to a podcast? Do people do that?
They're listening to wiggly lines.
Okay, that is true. That is true. I had to make sure the wiggly lines were wiggly enough.
Listening to music while listening to a podcast is an interesting idea, though. Twice as productive.
Yeah, this dumb podcast host is like, don't you want more music on your podcast? And I'm like, no. I want people to hear the words I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's at number 1 this time?
Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Smash Mouth's number 4.
Yeah, well done, guys. I wonder if that will climb. I wonder if this is like it's still like gonna rise up as Mystery Men. Oh no, because it'll probably hit number 1 when Shrek comes out, won't it?
Yeah.
The movie that people think it's for.
Pearl Jam's on the list. The Last Kiss. Wild Wild West is hanging in at number 10.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Look, it was real popular. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it exists because we got the like Neil Cicierega remix out of it.
Oh yeah. And we got Destiny's Child at number 3 with Bills, Bills, Bills.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a very like, it's still the 90s collection of songs.
Yeah.
But hey, speaking of things that definitely portend the end of the 90s, what's in the independent music?
The what, sorry?
The independent music.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't quite hear what you said. So I slightly messed up the chronology of this.
Oh no!
So I read slightly ahead last time, and then realized, oh shit, we didn't actually go through the second half of 1999 last time. We went through the middle third.
Mm-hmm.
I got just like rewind in your like podcast player of choice to that episode and listen to that section, and that's what's coming out now. Next time we'll go through the first half of 2000. I do have one thing to add though, and I think this is interesting.
Yeah.
So I talked about Hours, the Bowie album that came out at the like tail end of 1999. That was the first major record label studio album to be released digitally in full for sale online.
Oh wow!
It was sold on BowieNet.com, I assume. Possibly not even .com. It's possibly that BowieNet predates like the World Wide Web.
.co.uk.
Okay, yeah. But that was the first like major album. I say major because there definitely would have been like indie bands or whatever releasing their stuff just onto Share or onto Napster or whatever. But yeah, that was the first time that a studio was like, I say studio, a record label, studios are for movies. A record label put out an album for sale online before it came out on like, I don't know, CD, I guess. They went in 99, they weren't doing vinyls and cassettes anymore.
Yeah, that those weren't cool anymore. It's not the future yet where it's cool again because it's old.
Yeah, this is something that was like, another tangent real quick before I go back to this, is that there's a brief period of music coming out where it's like hard to get vinyls of because as the 90s like starts, vinyl drops off and people buy CDs. But then it starts getting cool again like after the 90s, and so if you want like an album from 1998, unless it's been repressed like recently, you can't get it on vinyl.
I mean, yeah, you're why would you want a vinyl record? They're very big. They don't fit in your Walkman, and they wear out. Mm-hmm. While your CD will last 100 years, according to the blurb. I have not had let me look at my collection of CDs. Oh no, some of these are rotting. Don't worry about that though.
Yeah, audience member, if you've stored important information on a CD 15 years ago, go check on it.
Yeah, especially if you burned that CD.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought this like bit of trivia about the Bowie album was like interesting because this is like after Napster is created. So people had already been pirating albums before this point. And so this is like the music industry having to like play catch up with like theft.
And here I saw Radiohead's OK Computer invented putting things on the computer.
You'd think. But yeah, no, I think it's interesting that it's like a case of the music industry having to like play catch up with everyone else who had like independently invented the idea of downloading your music offline. Yeah. It's just they had invented it without you having to pay the musician.
Yeah, they had to like, oh wait, okay, we need to invent a way for us to get paid.
But there you go, fun bit of trivia next time. I wouldn't have thought it would have been a Bowie album, but it makes sense. He's kind of ahead of the curve on a lot of things.
Yeah, he definitely was a nerd.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned Radiohead also, because Radiohead's In Rainbows was like notable for being their first like album after they like left their record label, and they put it up on the internet for sale as like pay what you want, so you could just get it for free. And that was like notable at the time in 2007 that like a big band such as Radiohead was selling an album basically for free.
Yeah, it's wild that people will just do that.
Yeah. And now we have Bandcamp, which, you know, you can buy stuff on there obviously, but like a lot of people will put an album up for free download.
Or if there's some kind of game nerd, they put it on itch.io.
Yeah, also true.
But yeah, should we move on?
I think we should move on. Yeah. What's our next thing?
All right. Next thing is, there's a like one panel crossover with another webcomic in this, and now I need to explain that for a background character that no one other than nerds would have picked up.
We are back on webcomic history, a very specific slice of history.
Yeah. So yeah, there's this thing called College Roomies from Hell, multiple exclamation points. And like it started back in like 1999 by Maritza Campos. And would you believe it was a gag-a-day comic about a college life and kind of surrealistic and not serious at all?
Does it have aliens in it also?
No, it has a different thing that it's very about.
Okay, that's a David Willis like.
There is a hint in the name about the different thing it's about.
Oh, literally from hell.
Yeah, but that doesn't come up until like 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't become serious until 2001. Okay. But yeah, you got your three roommates. You got Mike. He's kind of manipulative, but also kind of the normal one. Mm-hmm. And like, as it goes on, he gets, you know, a tentacle arm from Toxic Waste Pool, as you do. And also, you eventually find out he's the Archangel Michael. Okay. All right. There's also David. He's normal one, just kind of girl crazy. Eventually gets laser eyes.
Laser eyes surgery.
And has his soul stolen by Satan. And you got the Roger, who has issues where he talks to his hand like it's a real person, and his hand wants to take over the world and will try to every so often. Uh-huh. But unrelated to that, he also finds out he's a werecoyote and is worried about slowly losing his humanity by turning into a werecoyote. Like his mom did.
Okay.
You know. Now, I want you... And also you got the girls next door. You got Marcia. Sorry, it's one Marcia. I had to be old for a second. And, okay, she cares about cuteness so much that, like, animals will swarm around her and birds will sing in her presence as she skips down the road. Mm-hmm. Comedy Bad's cooking skills. And later she gets bat wings from being bitten by a bat potato hybrid.
Okay. Does she also get like potato roots? Or
no, sadly not. Just bat wings.
The bat genes are dominant and the potato genes are recessive.
Yes. Also, she keeps the same number of eyes.
Okay.
You got Margaret, who's like the hardworking, overworking person. Her thing is she just has prophetic dreams about Satan. Mm-hmm. And that's it. She doesn't have special powers or anything.
I think that's kind of a special power.
Yeah. And you got April, who's like super worried about being moral and upstanding, so much so that she like created her own guardian angel of April, who is smarter and more moral, that stands on one shoulder, until she kills it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do they kiss? But
no, sadly not. Oh, so yeah, I already brought out 2001. That's kind of when the story goes from being gag-a-day to the serious storyline.
Yeah.
When in 2001 do you think this happens?
I mean, I feel like the joke being set up here is September 12th, but
no, it's April.
April of 2001.
Yeah.
Is that connected to anything that happened in history, or is that just
No. It's just like, oh yeah, this I have a feeling that 2001 is going to come up a lot about stories getting more serious, but not always for the reason you think it will.
Okay. What happened in 2000?
Well, Enron. Clearly, this is an Enron thing.
That makes sense.
But or just a Bush getting elected thing.
Yeah, that's earlier in the year though.
Yeah. But yeah, so how do you go from a gag a day to like a more serious storyline involving like Satan, the coming apocalypse, the end of the world, and all that? Blue mushrooms that make you trip, and then one of the characters like realizes the person she's dancing with is Satan, and Satan steals her soul, and then like Roger, like after a bunch of outcry on the forums, Roger like gets a magic shotgun that hits Satan and like saves her soul. But like very much like it is going to be about like this impending apocalypse and Christianity and all that going forward.
Is the author like Christian, or is it just like using the mythology of like?
Definitely grew up Christian. I do not know about their current religious status.
Okay.
But yeah, and like yeah, so that slowly builds up, and it's still ongoing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's impressive.
I think from like 2009 to 2012, like one day happened.
Uh-huh.
While updating like 3 times a week or 5 times a week. Turns out a lot of stuff can happen in one day when it's literally the end of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of those comics that like people like focused on as like examples of how webcomics get all Cerberus syndrome. Probably not like. I'm sure that the fact that the author is a woman is not part of the reason they hyper focused on this one.
How do you mean in this case?
As in this was like one of the first things that got on Bad Webcomics Review, the website.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, don't go to Bad Webcomics Review, people.
Yeah, don't. No matter how bad the webcomic is, the kind of people whose like their thing is listening to.
Yeah.
We're not talking about bad webcomics. We're talking positively about a webcomic we think is flawed. Keep listening to us.
Yes.
Don't touch that dial.
But yeah, that's this was also one of the first webcomics in the Keenspot launch. So it's Walkie, a couple other things. We'll slowly go through all of those as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll catch you up on a bunch of lore that's not important for some characters in the background for one panel. Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions?
Not on this. I think it's like good to like be keeping an eye on like what the like other webcomics are as we go along. Because like I don't know. I think there's like some interesting stuff that's gonna like be started in the next 3-4 years. From like in like early 2000s, and then obviously what I mean is like more interesting stuff gets made after that. But like a lot of like the big webcomics, when you think webcomic, gets started like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't think we've even reached Penny Arcade yet.
Penny Arcade has started, but I don't know I don't know if it's like updating like every week or if it's just like it's like technically started in that like. I'd have to check. I've never read Penny Arcade.
Yeah. You don't have to at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me.
Do you want some jokes about video games from 20 years ago?
Yeah, I don't need to hear those opinions again. Unless we talk about them, don't touch that dial.
Yeah, we definitely don't have a plan for the next episode about opinions that are 25 years out of date.
Yeah, don't spoil it. But next episode, we're doing a little in between episode before we start before we start It's Walkie.
Some kind of refresher / bonus episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. What's the webcomic today? Tell us the story. Regale us.
So the webcomic today is the last part of Roomies with an asterisk because it'll come back again. As much spoilers, it'll come back again. But this week we finish out Roomies. Here's what happens. Spoilers. Joe and Danny return to college and immediately go back to doing gags. Sarah's piece is interrupted by her new roommate, Mary. Billie forces Danny to talk to Howard, which doesn't really work. Billie goes to a party where she tries and fails to abstain from alcohol. At the party, she sees good moral Mary engaging in some premarital hanky-pee. Meanwhile, Joe tries and fails to grow a goatee. Billie, Joe, Danny, and Sarah go to Carly and Ron's house, which is, I think, Ruth's house technically, but that's where they're staying.
Yeah.
Even though Billie doesn't want to, and no one knows where to order pizza from. Mary shows up, Billie argues with her, then they both argue with Danny, and it all escalates to a punch-up with Billie running off and a car chase with Danny driving after her with everyone in the back seat. They catch up, talk it out, everyone turns to the camera, says what they learned, and the comic ends. Also, we get one quick comic with Joyce, but nothing more. I presumably will see her more in It's Walkie.
Mm-hmm.
The recap this week, pretty quick, because a lot of it's gags, and then there's like one main story towards the end.
Yeah. One main story that is both important and very much like the author being very tired. Of these guys. Something
that like really comes through in the latter part of this section is that the author wants this to be over. Shall we go into more detail?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it started where we talk about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. College, woo! For the last time. I'm always disappointed that they didn't go college ho, and then there's like one of them's got a hoe or something, like a garden implement, and so that's
yes.
like the other pun. Like I don't know if David do like a second version of this.
Yeah.
I know you definitely haven't done already. In your redraft version of this, that's the joke you make.
Yeah, just a really big object. It's always funny.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of jokes in this section about just a character just having a big object. We also get a brief at the start here. It's like the second comic also of like this bit is
yes.
Like a little fourth wall break where the characters are like, what's the author doing? And the author is like being adorable with their now ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. It's the first time feet have showed up in any comic ever, and it's not been sexualized.
Oh God!
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I'm not looking up non-sexualized feet in 1999 comics. I'm not typing that into the search bar. Yeah, but no, they move back in. We get a gag of the place being trashed 1 minute later. That's pretty funny.
But the important thing is, oh no, Mary's here.
Mary's here. Yeah, Sarah's enjoying her piece.
Yeah, God, she no longer has an incredibly religious roommate who's very annoying, and gets into trouble. Oh no! What if it was worse?
Yeah. Yeah, she makes a joke about not joke. There's a line about her like going to like Bible study and just yells at her to get out. She doesn't care for that religious stuff.
Yeah, but we get to after we set up that like Mary's here, get some jokes out, we get the important thing. Transformers.
Mm.
We got Tiger Wings here. He's so cool.
Yeah, a Tiger Hawk. I've got noted down.
Sorry, Tiger Hawk.
I was going to say it's possible the author got that wrong, but they definitely didn't.
No. They if it's between me and Willis is always correct about any Transformers thing.
Yeah. There's also a brief bit where like Joe and Sarah have a hug. I guess they're kind of still in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard to tell exactly what's going on with that. Partially because
I believe the kids call it a situationship.
Yeah, that's what it's called these days. I don't know. Partially it's because like I don't really think those two have much like chemistry. So I'm like when I see them together on screen, I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be wrong in the future. But for now, I'm like.
Also, we get like the third or fourth time that someone's in a class.
Yeah, Joe goes to the class on 3 hours of sleep. I've been there.
I have too. Often, so often. Don't go to architecture school, kids.
Well, we do need architects. But only go there if you're responsible and get at least 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I do not.
You don't complete a program if you do that.
Fuck. Is every architect just like operating on 3 hours of sleep? Like every skyscraper has been.
Why do you think they're all so weird?
Yeah, that's true.
I slept in a carpet box because it was dark, and I didn't have to leave the barn / architecture wing.
We're short on architects after like Neom has been like shut down, and Saudi Arabia has like beheaded all of the like the Dutch architects that went there for failing to deliver on that impossible project.
Hey, if I kept with the architecture program, I would have graduated in 2008, and I'm sure nothing bad would have happened that would have collapsed the market for architects in 2008.
Yeah. We'll get there. I wonder if that'll come up in this comic, the financial crash, or if it'll be too focused on like aliens and stuff.
Yeah, well, you'll have to find out.
I'll have to.
What will the effect of aliens be to the stock market?
I don't know. I think it depends on what the aliens are doing.
I mean, mostly bits, it seems.
Yeah, if they're mostly doing bits, I don't think it would have much an impact. Maybe if they go into like movies, maybe that would help the entertainment industry. But unless they're like going around like blowing up skyscrapers independent, not as fine as it can be. We're getting way off topic. Where are we?
We're on. Hey Howard. Good to see you again, Howard.
Yeah, Danny runs into and then away from Howard. Billie tries to pressure Danny into speaking to him, but they like give up on it.
Yeah. It turns out neither one of them is particularly good at communication, or like dealing with their feelings, and Howard has completely reasonable reasons to want to keep Danny away.
Yeah, he's just kind of like alone and sad in his room and doesn't want to talk to Danny, which is like understandable. But yeah, after failing to have a conversation at all, Danny just goes back to Billie and they get all lovey-dovey instead.
Yeah, they yell at each other, lovey-dovey.
Yeah. It's more like Tsundere routine where they like yell at each other and then they kiss. Ick.
All right, Cathy. Sorry, that would be more an ack.
Yeah.
I'll explain what Cathy is to you later when you.
Don't worry. I know what Cathy is.
Oh, you've taken enough estrogen to know now.
Oh, shut up. Okay, next part.
Hey, we got a blur filter on getting handed alcohol.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Billie. Is this when Billie goes to a party and tries to abstain from alcohol?
Yes. Billie goes to a party.
Has a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like stopping drinking is a process.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for her. I don't know. I talked about this last time that like what was I trying to say? I think the stuff involving Billie like trying to abstain from sex I don't like because of its like association with the like Christian like abstinence kind of stuff. I think her trying to quit drinking is much more like directly relevant to the thing that happened. So I like this. I like that it's difficult for her. I like that it captures the thing of like when you like try and quit drinking, it seems like everyone around you is drinking all the time.
Yeah, you just start to notice, oh wow, I didn't realize how important this was for me. It's kind of like buying a new car and then noticing that car all around. Thing every American knows about.
Yes, well, that's I mean that happens more now because every car looks the same.
True. Look at all these grey cars.
Yeah, you buy your silver blob car, and everywhere you go, you see the same crossover, like in front of you, behind you, in the other lane. It's fucking high beams, Rom.
Well, that's because they're up high on the car.
Yeah, they're like a foot above the average like child's head.
Yeah. Look, they're not there to see children. But yeah, the college roomies from Hell's people show up for like one of the Sunday strips as background character.
And that's it. And then they're gone. That's what all the preamble at the start of this webcomic was about, was to set up that.
Yeah. It's okay. There will be more crossovers.
I didn't know that. Will there?
Yeah. Not with a bunch of stuff. With so many things.
Is it going to be
some of them might be actual crossovers where characters talk to each other even.
Interesting. I was going to say, is it like a character from like Dinosaur Comics in the background? Or is it going to be like that? Like there's like just like a whole like chapter of this where it's like they meet. I could think of a second funny one.
Yeah. There's a whole storyline where it's just Dinosaur Comics.
Yeah. It's the same comic every week, but just the words have changed.
Yes.
It's just like Joe and Danny like in their room playing with Transformers. And each time it's just some kind of like philosophical discussion that's like has nothing to do with the images that are on screen. If people haven't read Dinosaur Comics, they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Go read Dinosaur Comics. Doesn't matter what channel. Just read them right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting some like art stuff going on with Billie and her like seeing alcohol everywhere and angles. Some of them are Dutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pushing the art a lot here. I did notice that it's not like massive, but it is like I can feel the author like starting to improve, like more detail into the backgrounds at times, like cross hatching stuff,
and just trying a lot of new things.
Yeah, I think the like weekend strips that are like double height are like helping them, even if they still have that like horrible like digital color look. They are because they are like experimenting with the layouts in those ones. They are like learning lessons from.
But hey, we get our big thing joke.
Yep, there's a character with like a giant oversized like inflatable beer can or like a beer glass rather.
A mug even.
A mug. That's it.
Yeah, we need at least one of those before the Roomies is over. But yeah, Ruth is just like desperately trying to like not rationalize things, trying to remember who like. No, I'm doing this for Ruth or Danny or all that. And, well, she eventually breaks down and it's just like, yeah, that kind of sucked. But also, we get to see what Mary's up to.
Yeah, Mary shows up at this party. The people are drinking at, but why would she be here?
Yeah. Yeah, well, clearly it's just to make fun of people. Oh no, she's going into a room with a boy.
A boy whose name I can't remember because it's not important.
Yeah, it's Eric.
Eric, yeah, I've got it in my notes. Mary and Eric premarital hanky panky. Yeah, they go into a room and she seems to hear them having sex. We don't see it, but it's definitely what's implied to have happened. Mary's having sex before marriage. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Of course, then Barry sees Billie and tries to get ahead of it.
Yeah. They're, that house must be very close to the dorms because there's a lot of, like, the two characters, like Mary and Billie, like, running back and forth between it and, like, Danny's dorm room to try and tell them what's happening, to try and, like, preempt the fallout they know is going to happen.
Yeah, one of the notes is Willis like trying to figure it out and be like, well, it was on this street, and I think you could maybe do it.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine for this the thing that happens here, which is the characters like being like, "Hey Danny, Mary is engaging in sin. Hey Danny, Billie is failing to quit alcohol." But like when you think about it for a second, you're like, "What? How did they get there?" They just teleported.
It's the one place in the U.S. that has sidewalks.
Yeah. But
hey, on the plus side, we get to see Danny punched in the face.
We do. Danny, we get more of Billie punching Danny. She loves doing that. When Danny's
he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. He while he's on the floor and bleeding from the mouth, he asks if he's going to get any mouth to mouth. I don't know. It's an interesting way to fly. Is like get punched and then be like, "Hey, can you revive me?"
Like it's the one bit of Riz he has is getting punched in the face and being cool about it.
He really doesn't have much Riz unless you are like, in which case this goes like perfect. I'm trying to find where I am on my notes. Oh yeah, we get a bit at like while Billie's like trying to quit drinking, where she goes like plays Zelda with two nerd boys watching.
Yeah. Just play the video game like a nerd. No cheerleader would ever play a video game.
True.
But we get after the punch, Danny and Billie try and like talk it out, and we get a something about Mary reference.
Yeah, we do. I don't know. It just feels a bit awkward. But in there, it's like it's really fucking straining to get to that line.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like the conversation. I do like that. Like it's less specifically about like trying to quit alcohol and more like trying to feel like she has like control over herself. I don't know. I like it. I like the way that what am I trying to say? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, it slipped from me. But yeah, I don't know. This conversation is like well done.
Yeah, it's not that the alcohol is inherently evil. It is about self-control and like just like being like feeling like you're not losing yourself.
Yeah. And also that like alcohol is like alcohol is generally treated as like a way to like escape problems, and so it's thinking it as like, well, I need to not do that, and I need to focus on the other bad things that are like going on. I try and reconcile those.
Yeah, maybe engage with the fact that my best friend slash Smoochie is dead.
Yeah.
That's the correct name for it, right? Smoochie.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it, because we only see them like kiss once, and maybe that was the only time. Maybe they were doing it like more regularly off screen, but they definitely weren't like properly in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Mary's generally being nice and manipulative, and like then we hard cut from that to a masturbation joke about using comic panels to make a Twinkie look like a cock.
Yeah, I wrote down for a second before realizing what this is. I wrote down, "Is Joe fucking that Twinkie?" But no, the way the gag is that like Danny comes into Joe's room, where he is watching pornography. We didn't set that up earlier, but like when Danny goes out or whatever, Joe is just like putting porn on the TV to watch.
Scrambled porn specifically.
Yeah, scrambled porn, Videodrome style, and like, yeah, he comes in, and the way that the comic panel is set up is like it's like from the side, and he's holding a Twinkie like in his lap, and it's meant to look like he's jerking off, but he's actually just like, as revealed via the dialogue, that's a really like crude joke. We talked last time about the especially crude joke about Danny trying to put his bone in Joyce, but like this one's actually just like.
Yeah, this one's on purpose.
Yeah, this was actually just, you thought I drew a penis, but I actually didn't. And it's like, okay, with the authors getting a little bit more like confident with their ability to like make sex jokes.
But yeah, now we get like a week's worth of like Joe can't grow a goatee.
Yeah, he tries to grow a goatee to make himself look more rugged and handsome, and he neither manages to do that nor bag any women.
But somehow Danny has grown more than one hair.
Yeah, Danny's got loads of chest hair. It's an impressive amount. A kind of hideous amount, honestly.
Yeah.
Chest hair not my kind of thing. I know some people like that. But on that, like skinny little runt, it's vulgar.
Yes, as we know, skinny little run should always be absolutely clean.
Yeah. It's partially also just like the way that the comic is drawn. These characters are not especially attractive looking. I'm being mean.
No.
But yeah, Joe is kind of just like the bits guy. Now that everyone has plots, this is like a this is like one of the things that happens with Cerebus syndrome, as we talked about last time, where the comic gets into like serious plot lines. Is that one character then becomes the designated funny one. They do the gags, and that's what this section of the comic doing gags in between the two major plot lines that happen.
Yeah, but now we get to the part where Danny takes off his dysphoria hoodie and dresses up as a girl.
Yeah, it's Halloween, and Danny and Billie are going as each other. I can't believe this is in the comic, and I'm sad it's just this one comic, because I saw this and I was like, holy shit, and then it cuts to the next comic and it's just like Joe doing bits again, and it's like, damn.
Although I think the most hilarious thing is like just drawing like her hair, just like Billie's hair just flopped on top of like Danny's hairdo.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Just like,
yeah.
How much hairspray do you wear, Danny?
God, just come on, just realize something about yourself, Danny, please. Apologies to the we didn't mention this. Apologies to the God, what was it we were talking about last time? The
Can have to narrow that one down. That was a 2-hour podcast.
Apologies to the person who found our podcast for our discussion about liberation theology. We're mostly just talking about like how one of the characters in this should transition. I don't want to like offend that person at all. It's just being like, I wish this was gayer. But thank you to that person for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. I'm sure you're not listening now because we have not talked a lot about liberation theology since.
Yeah, we'll probably talk more about Christianity if it comes up in this comic, which I think it might. At the very least, it might come up in the commentary.
We will talk a lot more about Christianity. Liberation theology, no.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of like talking about biblical inerrancy and stuff.
Yeah, not that it isn't interesting or worthwhile to know about. It's just we're not experts.
Yeah. We're not experts in, and unfortunately, that is also not what this comic is about.
Unfortunately, we'll have to find one about liberation theology. Short packed. If you have one,
let me start learning Spanish.
Yeah, if you have one, viewer, write in with what we should do.
Now after that, new drawing classes.
Yep, Joe volunteers as the model for life drawing classes, of which Mary attends. I don't know what he was really expecting. I think he's got this the wrong way around, where he should go to draw at the life drawing classes to see naked women. I don't know, I guess he was like either expecting there to also be nude female models there, or he was going to try and impress the artists with his 4 chin hairs and try and pull them. Either way, it doesn't go especially well for him.
Yeah, I think this was one of those, like, I'm going to impress all the girls with how handsome I am.
Yeah, and it does not work.
Does not work because Mary's there.
Yeah.
Though we do get a joke about him being attracted to Britney Spears.
Yeah, so one of the characters says Britney Spears, and then it's implied that he gets a little bit of a boner from that. Again, penis joke from her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're happening now.
Yeah, they're being like, oh, I'm actually, I don't feel sinful for doing this. So expect more of that, I guess.
Then we get to what will be the final arc with pizza, where we get a bunch of big name chains and also just local pizza places.
Yeah, there's several comics here over which the characters in the background are like trying to decide where to order a pizza from. This is mostly what happens in this first part. There's a line here about Danny smashing Ron's car in that accident that happened previously. And I just so you do remember that happened, comic. I mean, it's interesting that the thing that gets brought up is that Danny smashed the car rather than the other thing.
Yeah. Now, also, the author takes a moment to talk about the pizza places he's mentioning and being sad that he hasn't been able to eat at them forever.
Yeah, and one of them like kind of no longer exists. That's sad to think about.
Yeah. Not only does your childhood go away, so does your young adulthood and everything else. Time will destroy all your memories.
Fuck, shit. Is there any way I can make it more permanent?
Well, if there was some kind of small device that you could put to your temple, maybe. A memory eraser, not something else.
Yeah, they show up with to where Carly and Ron are staying, which I assume is Ruth's house again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were all roommates together, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure like how that's working out because someone owns that house, and I guess they're just like chill with them staying there for at least the remainder of the year. I
mean, it's probably just a rental, so like all of them were renting the place.
That's also possible. But yeah, the reason they're showing up is because Billie is planning to no longer stay here. And Carly begs her to not to leave.
Yeah, because yeah, it's splitting rent. It's kind of important when you're in college.
It sure is.
And later in your life, the rent costs money, and it sucks. If only there was some way to fix that. But yeah, we Joyce shows up for like a panel.
Yeah, smash cut. Aliens being attacked. Alien attack. I forget what happens in this. But it's I don't know. It's kind of just like a quick little but like action scene, and then it's like Joyce is going to be your new partner.
Yeah.
And then it like suddenly cuts away. This is very like awkwardly inserted.
Yeah, it's very much like Joyce is still here. Sal's still here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we did joke about this being like over for all of these characters once Roomies ends, but like I think the way that it's more likely going to play out is that like It's Walkie is just a very direct continuation of this, but more focused on aliens and semi and stuff, and so we'll see Joyce more next time.
Yeah. Well, does it even count as her if she doesn't have her memory?
I mean, it's mostly her. It's hard to tell again exactly how much her memory has been erased, because we haven't seen do or say much. It's mostly been jokes involving her.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
We will find out.
All right. Yeah. And then we're just back to trying to feed Mary some beer.
Yeah, they're trying to get us a drink again. And try as well as like trying to convince. Billie tells Carly she doesn't drink anymore. And they have a little conversation about Ruth.
Yeah, and also Howard's here.
Also, yeah. Sorry. I was like, I didn't know if you had something to say about this specific strip.
Yeah, yeah. He just walks into the kitchen and evidently Howard's moved in, and also now all the cast is in one house. I hope this doesn't portend things.
Yeah.
But man, dude, they keep wanting to like make him talk with Howard, and it keeps not really working.
Yeah, Howard is like staying here, because Howard doesn't want to be in the dorms near Danny. That has hilariously backfired for him. But they Danny runs into him and then immediately just like runs away from him. He's once again like being ignored, and they are not talking about this. And also we find out he's like basically just being like bullied here also. Previously it was by Joe, and now like Ron is just like fucking around with him.
Just tossing him like a Muppet.
Yeah.
And nobody really cares. It's just a comedy bit.
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
now at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This bit didn't sit right with me because I'm like this. I don't know. This character at least feels like they should be treated with some amount of seriousness considering what they've gone through, and we've not really been shown much of their interiority, and we've not really had any character like seriously talk to them about his sister dying.
Yeah, and well, and instead of focusing like on Howard being abused, let's focus on Mary.
Yeah, Mary shows up.
Mary shows up and instantly is trying to like deflect onto Billie, and talk about how bad Billie is, so nobody looks at her.
Yeah, they both like argue with each other, and then they look to Danny to try and like get him to agree with each of them. And Danny's just mostly like useless.
Shocking.
Yeah, as usual. I've noted down this argument they have here is interesting to me in that neither of the two of them have done anything particularly wrong. They're not especially nice about it.
Yes.
Mary especially, she's kind of a bitch, but like Mary had premarital sex with someone.
Yeah, premarital hanky-panky.
Premarital hanky-panky, yes, sorry. And Billie had a drink while trying to quit alcohol. Both of which, like, are not... I mean, they're sins, but they're not, like... they're not really anything truly, like, evil. And I get why they're, like, arguing over it, but from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, this is just silly. You're allowed to quit out drinking slowly, and you're allowed to have sex with someone.
Man, these 20-year-olds have problems, and they're not doing them in the most productive manner.
Yeah, I know. I'm not pointing at the comic and going, "This is bad. It's terrible. Don't do it like this." I'm just like, it's like funny to me. With the like retrospect of like what the like author was thinking about in terms of what seemed like a big deal to them at the time.
Yeah, at the distant age of 21 or something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Danny is real bad at being supportive of his not girlfriend. That he has has been sleeping in his room for an indeterminate number of days or weeks.
Yeah, he has a really, I don't know what to call this, nihilistic, I guess, line here, about. Let me get it up. Yeah, Billie's upset with him for not like standing up for her, or even not like standing up for Mary. Like it would make more sense if he like at least chose a side, but he just like doesn't. And so Billie asks him if he like why he won't speak his mind.
Yeah, and he doesn't even like deny both of them. He just picks the telltale stay quiet option.
Yeah, he picks the like ... But yeah, the line here is what I really think. I think no one can be happy. The addition or subtraction of things doesn't change your happiness. I mean, dick thing to say to your kind of girlfriend, who's like looking to you for, at the very least, an opinion. You just being like, yeah, I think like doesn't. I think it doesn't. I just think it doesn't matter like anything. But also,
he's not even wearing his black hoodie.
He isn't. Yeah, he's like escaped from depression mode, is in just like fully like existentialist mode here of like, yeah, actually the amount of like happiness you experience isn't really like connected to it. And then anything that happens in I don't know.
Yeah. Happiness is a steady state, and nothing that happens will make you better or worse. And it's like that's not how that works.
I was trying to remember the line from the start of A Serious Man, which is receive with simplicity everything that happens to you. He's kind of in that mode now. It's just like, yeah, I'm just letting it all happen, and not it's not a useful way to go about anything. And yeah, rightfully so. So Billie just storms off.
Well, she does also say the only in way to be happy in this world is apparently to kill yourself in a car wreck, get your own rides home. That's what those symbols mean. I don't think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. you were saying the like hashtags and @ symbols.
Yeah.
Also, pound signs. They weren't known as hashtags in 1999.
What's a hashtag?
Yeah. But yeah, she storms off. She punches Mary, and then she gets in a car. The only way to be happy in this world apparently is to kill yourself in a car wreck. Get your own rides home. Parallels. Things are stepping up there. And it's exciting.
Yeah, and then Mary has morning sickness way too soon.
Yeah, she's very ill silently in a way that like is not obviously connected to being punched in the face. That generally doesn't make you throw up. But yeah, it seems as though she has morning sickness from being pregnant. Very suddenly.
And then they use Howard to squeegee up the vomit.
Yeah, he's mostly just here to be mistreated.
Although finally Danny says, "Hey, maybe don't do that," and just punches the other guy.
Yeah, he's just like standing there as like Billie stormed off, Mary's throwing up. Carly and Ron are just like picking up Howard and like smushing his face into the ground. And he like finally realizes, hey, maybe I shouldn't be like this. And he actually like self-actualizes, and decides to stand up for Howard. And he, speaking of parallels, he uses the special power that he learned from Ruth. He peanuts punches Ron.
Yeah.
In order to defend Howard.
It's the most powerful punch in the universe.
It is. I don't know. This was nice. That like he does the thing that Ruth did.
Yeah, it's a kind of thematic parallel.
Yeah, the thing that Ruth did earlier to Joe, when Joe was bullying him, he does it to protect Howard. It's nice.
And now he's gonna break the law by driving a car with no license.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really liked this part of the comic from here onwards, with like everyone in the car, chasing after Billie. I think it's quite well drawn for the like simplistic art style. It's like doing a lot of like interesting camera angles, which is like something that's like difficult to do inside a car because it's a limited space, but it's like fully using it. And like the conversations that people are having are like hectic because they're all talking over each other in the back of the car. The like pacing here is like really good. I understand what's happening. I understand what the stakes are. I'm like worried obviously because previously like a character died when this happened. It's really good.
Everything's nice and built up. And like I also like that Billie like is really angry, stops at a stoplight, and then just like cools off.
Yeah, I really like that line where she's just like sitting at the stoplight. It's like, fuck, I want to be angry, and the stoplight's making me just sit here. Because that's really real. I've also felt that of like wanting to be mad, and something has like inconvenienced me in a way where I just have to like sit there and go like, actually, maybe I shouldn't be this mad. Maybe I can calm down.
Yeah, and I like the incredible hecticness of the Danny car. In contrast to Danny, in contrast to Billie, who's just like having to think things through. It's a nice like counterpoint of like, oh yeah, somebody can drive off angry, and they just think about things.
Yeah. As I said, it's like really well paced because it's like all like hectic, and Sarah's like strangling Danny at one point. Like they're all like fighting and yelling over each other, and then we get to like the hard cut to the double height like color comic, and it's so much like stiller and slower and quieter. I don't know, it's well done. Big thumbs up. I really liked this part. I hope it doesn't just like very suddenly stop soon.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't spike the ending. But yeah, Danny just passes Billie's car and then has to like catch it, come back and be like, oh, yeah. Hi.
Yeah, they're like talking to each other through the window before they both then get out, and then Danny apologizes. I mean, here's the thing: they don't actually say much here because it's very suddenly trying to rush to the end. And the commentary here, the cartoonist seriously did not care at this point. That is why this punchline. He's tired of all of you. Well, not Billie, never Billie, but the rest of you can go hang. But we get.
Yeah, and then we get the full color, and it just what was like built up, and something is like, okay, yeah, it's a nice wrap up, and then I'm gonna spike it by explaining what everybody should have learned.
Yeah, we get a panel, like the second to last panel here, strip, is like the full color one where it just hits like really suddenly. That's why we've like stumbled our way into the ending of this bit, because the comic just like stumbles. But the characters like literally just like look to the screen and say, what did we learn? I can read it out. It's, well, kids, what did we learn today? I've learned that you have to take life standing up. I've learned that physical violence isn't the answer. Jared goes, no, you didn't. Howard, I've learned that if you sit on your butt long enough, you can get a cute wife. And Mary tries to stab herself with what I think is a rock.
Yes.
And Danny says, morals mean diddly squat until you have experiences to back them up. It takes some hard knocks to build those principles up for good. So remember, opinion is nothing without experience, which is technically a license to screw around and do stupid things. And that's it. That's the fucking end of like this plot line. And then we get like one more.
But yeah, also let me have what past Willis said.
Yeah, I was going to come back
about
to this. Before I was just going to go what like the end of the comic is, and then we'll go on to the authors.
Yeah, the end of the comic is the beginning of the comic.
Yep. It's them packing up for winter break, and Joe is doing one last climbing out the window to girls undressing.
Yep.
It's a clever like bookend, even if it's like for the book that what he's doing is like what I thought was like one of the worst things in the comic was Joe sexually assaulting those people. It doesn't sit right, but like it is at least the comic coming full circle. But yeah, did we want to go into what the author had to say about the end of Roomies?
Yeah. What they said in the past, and I'll let you go with what they said in the current year of 2014. Even more so recently, as I've admittedly gotten a little tired of the majority of the script's characters. They'd annoy me, or their innate preachiness of the strip would annoy me, and I'd want to go back to the simple, happy, fun world, but I couldn't, for want of a good story. Well, they're all gone now. Lord knows I'll miss them, but they'll pop up from some time in the future. Hopefully then they'll and I be on a little better terms. But yeah, it's just like complete tiredness of these characters and like falling out of love with them.
I do want to read the rest of this here, because I think this is like in the 15 years between writing it and finding this in an old HTML file thread buried in my hard drive, I'd forgotten exactly my mindset while writing Roomies. I remembered loving these characters and missing them and having it never end. Certainly that affection is what drove the creation of Dumbing of Age, but the last year or so of Roomies was apparently a dark time for me that I later kind of blotted out. After reading the old HTML, I suddenly remembered hating all these folks, and the concept seemed so alien to me, as if I were thinking of entirely another person's feelings. I guess that's what depression does to you. It makes you into something else. I mean, yeah, I rag on these old strips a lot, but that's because these characters I love are doing such awful things, which is cool. That's part of why Dumbing of Age exists. I want to write these characters when my brain has the capacity to love them, and also now that I possess a greater wealth of knowledge to write them.
Yeah, that it's deeply sweet to be like, I want to go back to these little nerds and give them something better.
Yeah, I don't know. This is nice. The ending of this comic, not good, and I think the author knew it then and knows it even more now. That like they were just like, I want to stop this bit and restart a little bit, and that's what like It's Walkie will attempt to not fully restart, because it will be continuing, but like at least it's a different story. And then,
since it's going to be a little bit before we get to It's Walkie, I also want you to just click next to go to the first page of It's Walkie.
Oh, I saw it. Don't worry.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful time capsule.
Yeah.
I mean, a time capsule of 2005, which is not when It's Walkie technically started, but it is when this like retelling oh yeah, I guess people might start here. I should probably have a little background.
Yeah, the It's Walkie starts with a extra little bit effect, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel this a lot. The author's opinions be over. It's certainly a thing in other works sometimes, that the author with how they're making a thing speeds through the ending when it really should have gone slower, or just fuck, or just otherwise just stops making the thing.
Yeah.
which is, a common for a lot of webcomics is they just stop.
that is the most common way for a webcomic to end is you just stop getting updates one day.
Yeah. But I don't know, it happens to everyone, I think, is that you write yourself into a hole, or you realize you don't actually like these characters, or you fucked up in some way that seems, and it's nice to see that like reflected. Or
you not so much in this one, but in others where you're like, I have so much story I still need to tell, and at the pace I'm going, I will be 50 before it's done. I think I need to cut my losses.
Yeah, I've got like a plan, and like I either can't get to it because I'm not unable to make the jump, and so I'm just like going around in circles, or I'm like I can't ever get there in time. I can't work hard enough to like fill the gap or to like get through all that.
Yeah, and that's the nature of serialized production is you would go like, okay, I need to rewrite all this, but you got to keep putting stuff out, and that bites people in their asses a lot, and that also just some people it's their first like long form thing ever. Yeah, and as I continue to say, the ending of this not good, but the way it builds up to that ending really good, which shows promise. I think it shows the author having learned a bit and knowing how to put like some scenes together and how to write dialogue and how to draw interesting stuff. And I'm excited to see them push that a little bit more with a little bit more like direction. Mm-hmm.
Because next, I mean, it's Walk is a fresh with an asterisk start. It's a way to start a story over. And do it over without any of the like baggage. And again, there will be baggage, but it will be less heavily felt.
Yeah,
I assume. I don't know because I haven't read it.
Yeah, there. I will tell you, there will be slightly less going to college classes.
Yeah,
going forward. Yeah, less than the once a year we've averaged so far.
Instead, they'll be going to like semi. We've all been there. We've all gone to the like how to dismantle like a laser rifle lecture at 3 hours of sleep. We've all done it.
Yeah, we've all done it. Where you have to. They're like, hey, where's your report on that alien autopsy? And you're like, yeah, I left it in my room. I'll be right back to get it.
This is a really baroque bit of like stand-up comedy at Area 1. What's the deal with Starship food?
Unfortunately, the Area 51 jokes in this are not as funny as the ones in Animorphs. and nobody finds out it's just an alien toilet that's in Area 51. After a bunch of children almost die, but that's required in the Animorphs novel.
Yeah, a bunch of children almost die in every Animorphs book, and sometimes they do die, but it's they don't always die. It's just
normally it's fate worse it's normally a fate worse than death that happens to them.
Yeah, so much shit happens in Animorphs. I wanted to just go off topic, but like Jesus Christ,
it sure does. Look, dear Gen. -1 Gen Z listeners that we have, read an Animorphs. You might think of the cover of the book, hey, this children's book looks silly, and it is, and it's also horrifying. It's both.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your Gardens of Banban, or your Five Nights at Freddy's. Those are things kids know about, right?
Yeah, God, what a downgrade for Gen Alpha. If you don't even get Animorphs these days, you get I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling at this point. I did have one more thing to say about the comic, but I didn't know if you had anything else. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about this section of the end here, where Carly and Billie are talking, where Billie tries to say that she won't. And Carly says to her, I'm just going to read this verbatim. Carly says, "Stop pretending little stupid things like no alcohol or no sweat." Replies, "Alcohol killed Ruth." And Carly says, "No, Ruth killed Ruth," which I think is an interesting way to think about how that happened.
Yeah.
And the author has sorry.
Yeah. I meant to bring that up, but I forgot.
Yeah, that's okay. We're going for it now. But yeah, the author has a comment here, which is, Sometimes I get questions from random folks asking, dude, what do you have against drinking? Which I guess is something you could ask if you kind of look at the surface of the story, but even in the thick of Roomies, the story is rebelling against the idea of alcohol specifically that did anyone in, rather than people doing stupid things while in proximity to alcohol. Billie's battle over alcohol isn't really about alcohol itself, but a battle against her hatred of her own personality, which includes lots of alcohol consumption. If anything's the villain of Roomies, it's depression. Carly's declaration of no, Ruth killed Ruth does explain why Danny is allowed in their house, though.
Yeah. and it's true. Ruth did kill Ruth.
Yeah. And yeah, like Carly's last line here before handing Billie like a can is I don't know what you're trying to prove, Billie, but it's not doing yourself. It's not. I don't know what you're trying to do. Restart this over. Sorry. The handwriting is very sketchy. We should mention this also. It's like hard to pass a bit.
Yeah, this is before he had created his own handwriting alphabet.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry. Let me go slowly. I don't know what you're trying to prove, Billie, but it's not doing anyone, yourself included, a favor. You're holding on tightly to something that can't save you. Just let go. And yeah, again, the author's comments here of it's possible Billie might achieve greater results not from abstaining from alcohol, but from maybe getting like, antidepressant meds or something. Of course, you might have to get off alcohol for them to work properly anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think this again, it's like really short, and I wish there was more of it. I would like the story more if it was about like trying to reconcile Ruth's death, and like trying to find like a way to like make sense of it, and also trying to like resume the rest of your life, which would include going back to college lessons and trying to figure out if you want to quit drinking or not.
Yeah, I would love to see modern Willis do a storyline about Ruth's death, but that would mean killing Ruth, and Ruth is cool.
Yeah, kill someone you don't like now. Maybe Danny. Although apparently he's better in Dumbing of Age, so I don't know, maybe not Danny. I don't know, I don't know, I wish there was more of this, because I think it's like really good when it's like addressing this stuff, and I think it's a shame that it just barely there's like long sections of this where it like just doesn't come up, when it really should with Howard, which we never really see Howard's opinion other than that he's sad.
Howard does not get to be the focus at any point.
Yeah, I don't know, like what am I trying to say? One of the things about death that makes it like so difficult is that it doesn't respond to anything you can do, and as such there's no like identifiable like correct correct thing to do like after someone dies, because like it no matter what you do, it will not bring them back, nor will it like prevent other people, including yourself, dying. There's no like solvable thing here, and so you just kind of have to sit with it and have to like reconcile the fact that like there's you can't fix this at all. It's unreconcilable, in fact.
Yeah, and they are simply gone, and nothing you will do will change that.
Yeah, you can't. And like again, I think like trying to make sense of it here is like I don't know. It's an interesting discussion about like both of them are trying to like find blame for this. One of them blames alcohol, one of them blames Ruth themselves for doing it, and neither of them are wrong, but also neither of them are right. And it's because like I don't know, there isn't a right way, because like no matter how much they think about that situation, it will not correct itself. They cannot, like the bargaining stage doesn't work. Like there's a reason that those like stages of like of mourning like exist, is because they are like common things that people do to try and understand or to try and work through it. And none of them work, which is why they all eventually reach acceptance. And what acceptance is looks different for everyone. It isn't necessarily always a happy thing, but it is as much of a conclusion as you can get. And that doesn't.
The comic touches on things. It brushes against them, but it, due to its nature as being a jokey comic, it has trouble like biting in. Yeah, and like again, I'm just like going over the 5 stages of grief, which is something I wish the comic did, rather than me having to sort of describe it post facto. But like, well, I'm sure there'll be no more grief in the future for us to talk about.
I hope there is. I hope, because I don't know. I think it's an important thing for art in general to be about, because it's something everyone experiences.
All right,
at the very least,
put a pin in that
eventually
one.
Everyone experiences. Beg pardon?
Put a pin in that one.
In what? Sorry.
and hoping that everyone experiences grief.
I mean, I didn't say I hope everyone experiences grief. I said I hope it comes up because it's something everyone experiences, and this is like a sort of universal thing that should be addressed in art. But like, yeah, like the stages of grief are like worthwhile things to have to go through, like because they are like coping methods, and you do learn things from each one and how they fail to resolve death, and that's how you acceptance. And again, I'm a little bit sad that we didn't see that more fully explored, but apparently we will, so I'm excited.
But also you can skip some. It's not like the hero's journey. You don't have to go through every one every time.
Yeah, it's 5 stages of grief speedrun. If you like build up speed in the anger stage for 24 hours, you can just like fly over depression.
Yeah. I mean, lesser known Joseph Campbell book, the griefer's journey.
The grief. I mean, that's probably like a Minecraft, like one of those books.
True.
Like how to do redstone, where like it's all like full of stuff. There's like the griefer's journey, which is like how to like go into other people's servers and like destroy all their builds. I'm not thinking about like the hero's journey, but you get like QPU.
Yeah, I've read stories like that. Let me tell you about time travel and parallel worlds and grief.
Unicorn Jelly, I assume, is about getting.
Yes, but more in the later comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Unicorn Jelly?
We'll see after we're done with this.
Okay, because you've talked about it a lot, and I know I should read it at some point. But yeah, we'll think about it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of this to go through before we can handle Unicorn Jelly.
Yeah, we're gonna like build up a tolerance and get our vaccine shots before we can touch Unicorn Jelly. Yeah. Do you have any more closing thoughts about this section of this final section of the comic?
My just closing thought is like, Roomies, like, there's a lot of like groundwork that's done here, but this isn't the part that I love about this series. Like, this is very much like, oh yeah, I read this, and then it got to It's Walking, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a part I can dig into this, all this sci-fi bullshit. I love sci-fi bullshit.
Yeah, Roomies very flawed, but I'm glad it was flawed because you learn things by making mistakes, which is what the characters learn at the end of this comic. I can't believe it. They were right. Yeah. We really did learn.
Yeah, we did learn. I wish they hadn't told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
I think that's everything.
All right, folks. That's it. That's all of Roomies. We'll see you next time for something secret, and then It's Walkie.
And then It's Walkie. Do we want to do our recommendations for the final episode of Roomies?
Yeah. Let's do some recommendations.
Yeah. Should I go first or you go first?
I'm gonna recommend Kid Radd.
Yeah.
It's about this little guy who's in a video game. You might have heard of this before. And then he gets out on the internet, and it is it's one of the few sprite comics that does their own sprites, and it is a beautiful like thing about like, you know, going through all the silliness of how things work and turning everything up to 11. Mm-hmm. Also, it's 2 megabytes.
Yeah, yeah. Kid Radd, I think, a genuine webcomic classic. It is, as you said, a sprite comic, which is where the comic is made out of like little sprites from like a video game, but they're all custom made, and it does like cool and interesting things. With the genre of webcomic and genre of video game, I think I like real, not genre. Yeah,
and it's a really good Tron like.
That's true. It is. That's a good recommendation.
What do you have for us?
I tell you what, I'm going to recommend another classic. I'm going to recommend a gag a day comic called Pictures for Sad Children by Simone Weil. Although if you look up this comic, it will be credited under a different name because we've got to talk about this in regard to this comic. The author did a Kickstarter to sell physical versions of the books, and then during that had a bit of a breakdown, shut down the Kickstarter, destroyed most of the unshipped books, and then deleted their like entire web presence. But so the only way that you can find pictures for sad children now is in like unofficial like archives people have made, and I will try to find one to link. But I don't know. This is a like classic of webcomics. I think it is for what it is, which is a like gag-a-day like comic. Pretty short. You can get through it pretty quick, and it is a genuinely essential. I think it's really funny. It's like really thoughtful at times. It's got a lot of like interesting like political beliefs. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I think they're all like interesting. And also it's really fucking funny. I mean, if you want like, speaking of the depression and stuff, if you want like jokes about being sad, this is this is top tier. I don't think anything's like beating this. Yeah, pictures for sad children.
I do love being sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, folks. Same talkie time, same talkie cast, RSS feed.
Same talkie day, although it's not really been the same day because of scheduling. Same talkie week.
Yeah.
Same talkie RSS feed. If you've got a better sign off, right in, please. We need one urgently.
or worse sign off.
Yeah, or a worse sign off. Like if you just want us to like play. Like blast an air horn into the mic, or just like scream, like how much we hate you. Just let us know. Bye.
Bye.
I save the day. I see the future coming, but I don't know what to do with you now that you're mine. And everything's ending. We don't have the time. I must have been out of my mind, 'cause I finally have something